Mabuhay and welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I will share the highlights of our week-long trip to Mactan Newtown in Cebu, Philippines. But first, let's enjoy this window seat view of the Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway from Cebu Island to Mactan Island. That's right, we're staying on an island off an island. The Cebu Airport is located on Mactan Island, which makes traveling to Mactan Newtown convenient, just a 20-minute taxi ride. Mactan Newtown is a modern oasis that seamlessly blends luxury, leisure, and culture. It is a 30-hectare township development in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, Philippines. It includes residential condominiums, office towers, a hotel, retail shops, a school, and a 2-level mall. The Mactan Newtown also has its own beachfront. We stayed at the Savoy Hotel, which is a focal point of this planned community by MegaWorld. Welcome to our home for the next week. So we got the junior suite, which is pretty cool because we got this nice seating area, and then there's the bedroom, and then here's the bathroom. On the third floor is the pool where you can relax either during the daytime or the nighttime. We picked the Savoy Hotel since it was a good deal, averaging less than $100 a night compared to the other resorts on Mactan Island. The breakfast buffet offered various Western and Filipino dishes, which changed on a daily basis, so we didn't eat the same thing every morning. If you're staying in Mactan Newtown, the community is completely walkable, so you don't need to take a jeepney unless you're going to venture outside. Mornings are the best time to go to the Mactan Newtown beach, which the hotel offers a shuttle service. You can hear the roosters crowing in the background there, but if you're up early, you might as well get to the beach and enjoy the views. However, Mactan Beach opens at 7 a.m. and remember, you have to get a bracelet if you're staying at the one of the MegaWorld's residencies or hotels like we are. The beach is located a kilometer away from the hotel, so you can actually walk it. What's interesting is that even though these dogs are strays or ferals, I can't really decide, they're actually pretty calm. They're not going to come up to you and bite. Okay, here's the entry to Mactan Beach. There's security. Just showing my bracelet. Here we are, Mactan Beach. We're here so early that we basically have the place to ourselves. They have bathrooms in there, I guess, if you need to wash your hands or change. This is a dining area, and I was reading somewhere in the reviews that you can actually order food here, but I can't verify that because I haven't been able to do that here because I've been coming here either super early in the morning or just when they're about to close. There are some cabanas here and then beach chairs with umbrellas. I'm sure it probably gets crowded during peak hours or during the weekends, but we're here on a Friday morning. Since the beach faces east, you can catch a spectacular sunrise. Unfortunately, that morning it was overcast. If you want to see a beautiful sunrise, check out my Running in Mactan Newtown vlog, which I will provide the link below. Morning is also a good time to venture a few blocks outside the high-rise area and walk through the Mactan barangay before the traffic builds up. So I guess what they say about goats are true. They'll eat just about anything. Hey, rooster. Good morning. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo to you. No visit to Mactan Newtown is complete without acknowledging the Philippines' history with the statue of Lapu-Lapu, the chief who defeated Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan in the Battle of Mactan on April 27, 1521. This memorial site was a 15-minute walk from the Savoy Hotel, which we were easily able to incorporate into our morning stroll. Mactan Newtown continues to be under construction, so it will be exciting to see what other hotels pop up in the coming years. After all, Mactan Island is popular for scuba diving and other water sports, which was the central reason for us being here. Despite eating a big breakfast buffet and then we had a pretty good lunch, we're still hungry because guess what? Diving makes us hungry, so we're gonna go ahead and eat an early dinner. It's only 5:19. Not an underwater creature, but pretty cute. Hello, friend. There are plenty of eateries in the area, but the food truck caught our attention. We got the Kuali and sweet and spicy Care, a chorizo and lechon sandwich, and blue and strawberry lemonades. Seriously, I'm eating Filipino street food on the streets. How's the food?
Long live the Philippines.
There's even a Robinson's, which is a supermarket chain here in the Philippines. Plenty of good products in here, especially if you want to get some dried mangoes to take back to the States as gifts. Seriously, if you want a lot of bang for your buck in terms of gifts to take back, get your dried mangoes at the supermarket. Because there wasn't any good dessert places at the Mactan Alfresco, here we are at Robinson's looking at their ice cream selection. Came for ice cream, we ended up getting a lot of dried fruits. I get that it's easy to feel trapped among the high rises, but it's easy to order a Grab car, which is like Uber. For a few US dollars, you can escape the concrete jungle and venture elsewhere on Mactan Island. We wanted something different from scuba diving, and this is as opposite as you can think. Best of all, it wasn't too far from our hotel. This morning's excursion, we're going to be a little bit musical, and we're visiting the Alegre Guitar Factory. You don't need to know how to play the guitar to enjoy this factory. Just bring your curiosity and appreciation for music. There was a guide at the factory who walked us through the process. Okay, so this is the raw wood, and they wait about 5 to 6 years before using it. They make the guitars on site. Best of all, they offer demonstrations on how their guitars and ukuleles sound. Oh, a very nice, rich sound. That's Pachelbel's canon.
Is that a classical piano?
Oh yeah, classical piano. I used to know how to play it. Ukulele. Okay, made of mango wood. I've never seen Pachelbel perform on a ukulele before. This is the Philippine guitar.
Wow.
Wow. Oh.
That looks complicated.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
sir, this one,
That's
it's more easier to play compared to the guitar. Because this one, it has no chords.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
play only the melody of the song. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Sounds like folk music.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't grow up playing any string instruments. I've tried learning how to play the guitar a couple of times in my life. It didn't work out great. Maybe the ukulele? Or maybe not, but it's going to be a nice gift for my dad. I purchased the ukulele. They had other items for sale if you wanted to take home a souvenir and support the local community. And with that, we got a gift to my dad, and then also something for our mantle. So the Alegre Guitar Factory was a fun excursion. So we got to learn how guitars were made, got to see the production from the very beginning to the end. Also, our guide serenaded us with his musical talents. And of course, you can always buy a guitar or a ukulele or any other string instruments here. And after a workout, of course, we're hungry, so we're gonna go walk to dinner and might as well walk in our gym clothes because it's hot and humid out here. And what do we have here? A 7-Eleven. Time to load up on water and snacks. Ronald McDonald looks a little creepy at nighttime, but right behind him is a McDonald's. Fast food be darned, we ventured out just past the Mactan Newtown area to try the most popular chain in the Philippines. It was a short walk from the Savoy Hotel. We could not pass up the opportunity to visit Jolibee while in the Philippines. While fast food may be declining in popularity in the US due to the high prices, in the Philippines, the demand for Jolibee is right out the door. It's famous for its fried chicken or chicken joy. I actually prefer this over KFC's. Apparently, so does half of the island. It took us a while to get to the front to place our orders. About half an hour later, we got our order in, which was the chicken joy along with its famous spaghetti. The spaghetti here tastes better than the Jollibees in the US. Even though there is a Jollibee's close to where I live in the States, it's ironic that I never eat there unless I'm in the Philippines. Since we waited for what seemed to be an hour, including standing in line outside, we made the most of our visit to Jollibee's. We got 2 desserts, which one of them was the mango peach pie, and then we got the caramel cookie sundae, which was refreshing on a humid evening. Hey there, Pepper. You look like you should belong to somebody, but here you are on the streets. That's unfortunate. I'd take you home, but I might not be able to pass through customs. So for today's excursion, we're going to walk a little bit away from the Newtown area and check out the LG Garden Walk. What is the LG Garden Walk? It's supposed to be some sort of mall. So we'll go ahead and check it out because malls in Asia I find to be really fun to walk around. Maybe we'll grab some lunch and do a bit of souvenir shopping. According to Google Maps, the LG Garden Walk is about 11-minute walks from the Mactan Newtown area. So that's not too far of a walk. It's good to get some exercise, and right now it's breezy. It's not too hot, or at least not so in the shade. Alright, so we left the Newtown area where the streets were a little bit more quiet. Now we're out here on the main boulevard, and it seems busy right now. It's only 2 o'clock, but I guess rush hour traffic starts this early. We safely cross the street. Actually, it's not too crazy cross the street as opposed to like a bigger city like Manila or Ho Chi Minh City. And here we are approaching the LG Garden Walk. Turns out the LG Garden Walk is more like a strip mall or an outdoor mall, not quite like the mega malls you see in Asia. However, it is still worth a trek outside the Newtown area as there are a lot more eateries here. So we're walking inside the LG Garden Walk. So it looks like there's a pizza place, a juice place, a wine bar, a seafood restaurant, Cracking Crab. Looks like there's a second story. Oh, and then that's cute. There's a ramen bar over there and a panda. And looks like there's some sort of beauty spa there in case you need a facial while vacationing here. And look at that, another supermarket, I guess to compete against Robinson's over at Newtown. So we'll go check it out. Very nice, very nice. I like that. Great savings every day. Fresh fruit here. But too bad we can't take fresh fruit back to the US with us. Aw, these pineapples are really adorable. But again, we can't take fresh fruit back with us to the States. Believe it or not, these yellow watermelons we've been eating at our breakfast buffets every day have been really sweet. I like them. Be Still My Heart, Hello Kitty and calamansi. That's a winning combination. And no sugar. I can't wait to try this out at the hotel. So American goods are more expensive here in the Philippines. I guess they have to pay an import tax. So this works out to be about $8 a bag. But it's a buy one, get one. So I guess that's a good deal. Everyday spaghetti. Is that going to be like the spaghetti at Jollibee's? All right, hit the jackpot. I'm going to bring a couple of these chalk nuts back home for my friend, and also one for me. She gave me one of these and I was hooked. It's got a very interesting texture. It's more peanut than chocolate, but it's delicious. Okay, so we made out like a bandit. We got lots of dried mangoes, we got the chalk nuts, cacao chips, and yes, durian chips. They don't smell, so that's a good thing.
To tell you the truth, I actually liked shopping at Metro Market over Robinson's. Yet, I can see how Robinson's is more convenient since it is in the center of Mactan Newtown.
Okay, so all of that was $57 US. Great savings every day, right?
Can't get this in the States.
Here's Starbucks. They have some interesting drinks here, a little different from the US. They have a honey plum matcha latte. So that could be interesting for later on.
But we wanted a more unique coffee experience besides Starbucks.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get some coffee here at Civet Coffee.
Civet Coffee is a coffee made from coffee cherries that have been partially digested and excreted by the Asian palm civet. The civet is a mammal that looks like a cross between a cat and a mongoose, and it loves coffee berries, but cannot digest the beans. The cherries are fermented as they pass through the civet's intestines, and after being defecated with other fecal matter, they are collected and they become coffee.
Yeah, so that 30% Civet Coffee, and that's the only coffee that they offer that's actually Civet Coffee, it ends up to being about $10.50 for a cup. So way more than a venti at Starbucks. Okay, so I just got advised that before drinking the Civet Coffee, I need to drink some ice water here to cleanse my palate, literally. Here we go. This is the Civet Coffee, 30%. This is premium stuff. This is the most expensive coffee I've ever ordered. Meanwhile, Jason got an iced cafe latte.
Keeping it simple.
Here we go. This is the Civet Coffee. I'm going to drink it black here, no cream or sugar, because I want to taste the full body of it. Pretty smooth. After another full day of diving, of course, we're tired and hungry, so we're looking for something easy to get dinner. So we want to stay somewhere close to the Mactan Newtown area. In the meantime, I'm looking for something convenient. And luckily, where we're going to dinner isn't that far from the Savoy.
Then again, is anything in Mactan Newtown far? This place is all about making vacations comfortable.
And here we go. This is where we're having dinner at the Mactan Alfresco. Right in front of the Mactan Alfresco is this jeepney with a lechon on top. I'm driving a jeepney, which is interesting because I can barely drive my own car in my country.
Lechon is the national dish of the Philippines. The word lechon comes from the Spanish word lechona, which means suckling pig. The first lechon was made in Cebu in the 1920s, and the first lechoneros originated from Talisay, Cebu.
Okay, so the Mactan Alfresco looks like it's a food court, and it goes around in a circle, so we'll do a loop. Of course, since they have a lechon outside on top of the jeepney, of course they would have a restaurant serving lechon. Okay, here we go, walking around this place. I don't know what that is. Looks like family style stuff. You know how we have Orange Julius in the United States? Well, et tu, Brute. Here's Orange Brutus. Oh no, it's not a coffee place. Hello! If you don't eat pork, you can have chicken. Lemonade is perfect right now because even though it's the evening time, it's still pretty hot and humid.
making a few circles around the food court, we got the lechon and puso, which is hanging rice. Doesn't get any more traditionally Filipino than this.
Come on, it's not like you're doing surgery here.
You see the size of this thing? It has like 4 fingers.
The best way to eat lechon is with your hands. Make sure to squeeze some calamansi into the soy sauce to give it a kick. Puso, also known as hanging rice, is a Filipino rice cake made by boiling rice in a woven pouch of palm leaves or coconut fronds. The final product is then hung and cut off when customers are ready to eat. This is where the name hanging rice comes from. Unfortunately, our week in Mactan Newtown quickly came to an end and it was time to head back to the States. I can see why the Mega World Corporation was pushing to sell condo units to foreigners in the area. You can't beat its location to the Cebu International Airport, which is the second largest airport in the Philippines and offers plenty of flights all over Asia and the South Pacific.
Last moments of being in the Philippines, and I gotta drink this calamansi juice with Hello Kitty on it.
Here's to the Philippines. Some may say that Mactan Newtown feels artificial with its high-rises and new construction, quite the opposite of the tropical vibe you would get from staying at a resort along the water. I think that's a fair criticism, but at the end of the day, your vacation is what you make of it. You can venture out of the neighborhood to find your own adventures, and the water is not too far. We still had a great time exploring underwater with our scuba dives, shopping at the grocery store for souvenirs, and eating plenty of delicious Filipino dishes. You can't beat the convenience of staying in Mactan Newtown. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you can see more adventures in Cebu.